This is the last method for finding the bending moment and shear force. The advantage of Kani's method is you can calculate whatever might be the case with less computation. The computation is the next major part. If you need to do moment distribution method, you have to first calculate the distribution factor and moment distribution table has to be written and you have to start the iteration. So it is a process. Similarly, in slope deflection method, you need formulas for each and every steps. Say for example, first step is common, second step is writing the slope deflection equation. So if you have 8 number of span, you should write 60 number of equation, isn't it? Span into 2 times it will go. What happens? It will become tedious. One way or the other, the techniques edge over each other. What does Kani's method do is, it is a rapid technique where a single drawing is enough in order to calculate your bending moment. For this you need one or two simple formula in order to calculate. For better simplification, the Kani's method is applied. This is practically used for making multi-story structure. Right now you are here in a multi-story structure. See, you have 6 number of floor and whatever the load is coming at first floor will be same as the second floor. So you have first year students are there and at second floor you might have information science. As far as civil engineering concerned, everything is same. So all the floors are same. What you can do is whatever a single story you can take and analyze and you can provide the same reinforcement for rest of the structure. So like that, Kani's method gives analysis for a framed structure. So it will be used there and you have Professor Dr. Gaspar Kani. So he is the inventor of this method. He is a German scientist. He is the inventor of this method. You can think that class is just a duty where you have to attend day by day. The moment distribution, slope deflection and Kani's method, everything is being evolved in classroom and invented by professors. Those who are teaching their technique, those who are teaching civil engineering, they invented their own technique and forms, and right now even after centuries, even though if you are using any mobile phone, 2-year or 3-year old mobile phone which will be not existing today, but these methods are more than 100 years. If you go into another department, they will be having one version. So my professor studied C and C++, and after that in our generation we studied Java. So Java oriented course was there, but after that they gone for Python. So currently if you are engineer in different department, for each and every 5 year or 6 years you will be having a revolution of a technique like that. So these techniques are studied for centuries. Why we are studying in the sense that much of depth and clarity is there. It is taken care from the centuries. So you have to stick on to the concept. This method is also called rotation contribution method. So found out the fixed bending moment in moment distribution method and there will be a distribution factor. So first step is fixed end moment, next you will be finding distribution factor. In Kani's method you will be having a contribution factor, that is rotational contribution factor. So this will be playing a key role in this technique. And what are the advantage of having Kani's method in the sense? The computation will be very much easy. So that I said that there is a single drawing which is required. If you know the concept, you can draw that picture and you can derive your bending moment, and it is a single line drawing. Don't have any derivation for this. Let us understand by using this problem. So take down this problem. Find the bending moment of the continuous beam as shown in figure below by Kani's method and draw the bending moment diagram. Here you have a continuous beam. You will be solving this by using Kani's method. And first step is same for this procedure, that is finding the fixed end moment. Here in this step you will be refining the same thing. You will be considering the span A and B as fixed, BC, CD. Everything as fixed. You will be finding the fixed end moment and you will be refining that. But the title here, it is called rotational contribution. In moment distribution method, you would have done distribution and carryover. Both are different, but here in this method, distribution and carryover will be taken care by a single step. You know that the formula for AB is, if it is a fixed end beam, that is minus WL square by 12 and plus WL square by 12. And a point load is there, that is 25 kilonewton at the span B and C. Here note that you have 2I, that is twice of moment of inertia between the span B and C, and between C and D you have section modulus as I and you have a point load of 40 kilonewton. For this you have to use WL by 8, which will be minus and plus for finding the fixed end moment of the span. Rotation factor, you have to do the same thing which is similar to the moment distribution method. First write joint, member, relative stiffness, sum of stiffness and distribution factor. Up to this table and you have calculated already. Likewise, you will be having the joint B. B has two members, hence it needs a distribution factor. You can write BA and BC, and at joint C, CB and CD. These are the two members you are having. So the members are written. What is the formula to find relative stiffness? Is I by L. Why? Because it is fixed at one end. It is I by L, and B to C will be, this is a partially hinged I by L, and C to B, this is partially hinged. Partially hinged has I by L. Purely hinged, you will be having 3 by 4 I by L. This span you will be having the formula of I by L. But here in BC, why it is written as 2I by 4, that is 2I by L? You have the section property of 2I, isn't it? At the span B and C, you have the property of 2I, hence I by L will become 2I by L. Instead of I, you have to substitute 2I, and it will be there for BC and CB. So you will be getting relative stiffness, and total stiffness will be adding these two component, I by 5 plus I by 2, which will be 7I by 10. Similarly, add these two component, you will be getting 7I by 10. How will you find distribution factor? Relative stiffness by total stiffness, that is sum of stiffness. I by 5 by 7I by 10 will be getting 0.0286. Same way you will be getting distribution factor. The last column is the new one which is added for Kani's method. The thing is, you should multiply this factor into minus 0.5. So when you multiply 0.286 into minus 0.5, you will be getting minus 0.143. Always the rotational factor will be in terms of minus. Whatever sum you are solving, the rotational factor will be in terms of minus, and if you add that, you will be getting 0.5 as the maximum value. Next step is resultant restraint moment. This is step 3. This is the Kani's method of diagram. You can observe here a picture. So this picture is used to calculate the iterations. How this is arrived in the sense, see, you have 3 span, that is span AB, BC and CD. So what you have to do is you have to remove this joint and add this box, and what you have to write is the sum of restrained resultant moment. How it is arrived? You got the moment. So what is the moment of MFAB? MFAB is 20.83. See, these values are fixed end moment. At joint A to B you got 20.83 and at B to A you got what? Plus 20.83. B to C you got minus 4.69 and C to B you got 14.06. Same way C to D will be minus 25 and D to C will be plus 25. So you have to write this. Only values you have to write here. You have to write the rotational contribution value. So what is the rotational contribution? What you got already? You got minus 0.143 at BA and minus 0.357. So these are the values. Now you can see here minus 0.143 is written at BA and at BC you got minus 0.357. The same way CB you got minus 0.357 and minus 0.143. After writing the rotational contribution, in the center of this box you have to write the sum of fixed end moment. What is the sum here? You got 20.83 at BA and minus 4.69. If you add this, what will be your answer? 16.14. The same value you have to write inside, and at the joint C, this is balancing this joint. If you subtract 14.06 minus 25, you will be getting 10.94 as the answer. So if you know to make this diagram, it will be easy for iteration. Next step, in future problem you can do it by yourself, but for the first case, so let me give the explanation here. The same way what you have done in moment distribution method, you will be writing how many joints. If you have A, B, C and D. Students, you cannot do two jobs at the same time. You cannot discuss and you cannot learn. If you are doing that, yes, you can do. It will not activate your higher knowledge, that is higher self of you. Multitask if you are doing, your more than sixth level of knowledge will not activate. You have sixth level of knowledge, isn't it? Six senses you have. If you are doing parallelly, your lower senses will be active. You cannot learn. Multitasking ability can be done by computers. You can give watch movie and another desktop you can open and have your WhatsApp. Third desktop you can have your Facebook. The computer can do that multitasking ability. It doesn't have artificial intelligence. It is lower mechanism. If you are making like that, speaking with your friends, writing the work, and you are thinking that I am doing all the works, okay. Joint B and joint C. These are the two joints, it is written here. Joint A and D is not written here. Why? Because you have done rotational contribution only for B and C. So Kanish method does not consider the joint A and joint C. The last joints are not considered. Only what are the joints which has to be iterated, that is two or more members which is having, has to be taken here. And second thing is rotation contribution. So what is the letter is M dash BA and MBC. So at B you have BA and BC. At C you have the member CB and CD. So you are writing that, and next column will be rotation factor, that is U. So what is your rotation factor? BA is minus 0.143, BC is 0.357, the same thing replicates here. Okay. Then this is the formula for making the Kanish method. The formula is U suffix BA. If you want to find U suffix BA, what you have to do is you have to sum of MFB. What is FB? that is fixed bending. So you will be having a fixed bending moment, that is called MFB, plus M dash AB. What is M dash AB? You will be having the moment here, that is 20.83 will be your M dash AB. So I can show here. So you will be having 16.14 and minus 10.94 and plus M dash AB plus M dash CB. So you can see here M dash BC, M dash BA is there, and M dash CB. You can see here, if you want to find MBA, you have to add M dash CB. So this is the general formula, and you have to start with iteration 1. So how to proceed with iteration 1 is, so what is your rotation contribution? UBA. What is that? UBA is rotation contribution. What is the contribution of MBA? Minus 0.143, isn't it? So it is written as minus 0.143 and summation of fixed moment at B. So what is the, you have the joint B here. What is the sum of moment? 16.14, isn't it? Yes or no? So you have to write 16.14 plus M dash CB. What is M dash CB? M dash CB at first iteration you will be not having, hence you have to put 0. At second iteration you will be getting M dash CB, and then what happened to M dash AB? What is MAB? It will be 0. Why? Because the joint A is not considered. So when you multiply this, your answer will be minus 2.31. Okay. Now let us go to MBC. So if you need MBC, if you want to start iteration, what is the formula is? UBC, the same one. If you need M dash BC, you have to apply UBC. What is UBC? Rotational. So you have the symbol here, no? What is U? Rotation contribution at BC. What is that? Minus 0.357. So it is written here. And summation of FB. Why this component is coming in the sense? These two are the component of joint B, isn't it? Joint B component is summation of MFB. So what is that? 16.14 plus M dash CB. What is that? In first iteration it will be 0, and what is M dash AB will be 0 here. And if you multiply this, you will be getting minus 5.76. Now next iteration, what is the formula? You have to find the first iteration UCB. What is UCB? Rotation factor at CB. What is it? Minus 0.357. It is written here. And what is M dash BC? M dash BC is minus 5.76. It is written here. Minus 5.76. And what is summation of MFC? At joint C, what is the summation of moment? Minus 10.94. It is written. So plus MDC. What is MDC? Do you have moment at DC? You don't have D joint, hence it will be 0. You have to multiply the component and you will be getting 5.96. The same way, if you need M dash CD, what is the formula? UCD, which is what? 0.143, which you have here, and summation of FCD. What is that? Summation of F in the sense moment at C to D, that is minus 10.4. So 10.94 is here, and M dash BC. What is M dash BC? M dash BC, what is the value? 5.76. So 5.76 is written here. If you add and multiply, you will be getting 2.93. as the first iteration. Okay, after doing the first iteration, the second iteration, your two component will be same. What are they is, what is the formula? UBA will not be changed and it will be 0.143, and summation of MFB will also not change, that is 16.14. So these two components will not going to change, and what is the changing component is M dash CB. What is your M dash CB? 5.96. So this is M dash CB, which is 5.96, and this will be applied here. So if you add and multiply with minus 0.143, you will be getting minus 3.16. See, now we have stopped the iteration. Why? Because you can check that at iteration 4 you got 3.28, at iteration 5 you are getting same value as 3.28. So if you are getting same answer in both the iteration, that is the point you have to stop. Initially you see you got minus 5.79, and in next iteration you got minus 7.89, and further if you are doing that, you will be getting 8.2 and 8.2, same value you will be getting after next iteration. If that in the sense, you have to stop the iteration. So what are these values in the sense? You got by using this formula, that is minus 2.31, it is written here. The same values are written in this picture. So this is what the cycle. Up to fifth cycle, you got the same value in fourth and fifth cycle, hence you are stopping the iteration. This will be your final bending moment. What is the formula? MFAB plus 2 M dash AB plus M dash BA. If you are taking AB, your formula, everything will be in terms of AB and BA. If you take BA, you have to take MFBA and M dash BA twice plus M dash AB. You can easily memorize this formula. And what is the fixed end moment is minus 20.83, and what is M dash AB? You don't have rotational moment at AB, hence it will be 0. What is M dash BA? The last answer what you got was 3.28, isn't it? So you will be substituting that, then you will be getting AB. The same way, substitute rest of the values. M of BA is plus 20.83 minus M dash BA is 3.28 and M dash AB is 0.74. This will be your answer. This is simply supported beam carrying UDL, that is WL square by 8. You can use that and you will be getting 31.25. And this simply supported beam carrying point load not acting at center, that is W AB by L, and simply supported beam having point load at center, that is WL by 4. So you can draw either at top or bottom and you can strike off the rest of the values. So this is the Kani's method of finding the bending moment.